The year is 1998 and one genre rules them all. Platformers. One particular game caught the attention of millions of gamers, including little baby me. That's right, Spyro the Dragon. And since 1998, I've been following all the major releases of the game. I was there for the original 3, the jank of Enter the Dragonfly, the huge worlds of A Hero's Tale. I even played a few of the Game Boy games. I went through my teenage years and I had teenager Spyro following me in my footsteps. Adult me cried tears of joy when they announced the Reignited trilogy. And now we are edging towards Spyro 4. I believe that they will make one. Who doesn't like money? They did the same with Crash 4, and that was very popular. I had a little think about what Spyro 4 could be, and I came to the conclusion that it would be a platformer where you have to collect things. They won't change something that's not broken. However, I thought we could have some fun and think about some unusual genres that we can put Spyro in. Over the last 20 years, first-person shooters have had the biggest improvements. They definitely take up the biggest amount of storage. I'm looking at you, Call of Duty. With photorealistic locations to realistic diving physics to getting annihilated by Snoop Dogg, FPSs are probably the most innovative in the gaming world. But let's stop talking about Call of Duty for a bit. I don't want real-world graphics. I want Spyro dragons at war. Imagine Overwatch or Overwatch 2. I'll be using Overwatch analogies because I don't have many hours in Marvel Rivals. All I know is Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
Let's also steal all of the game modes from Overwatch. Marvel did it, so why can't we? We will skip straight to the Spyro Wars characters. First up, we have Hunter, the silent stalker with his bow. We can climb up any walls and ground pound. I'm basically stealing A Hero's Tale Hunter and turning him into Hanzo. Sergeant Bird can fly around with his jetpack and use his missiles. He is Farah. We can just reskin her. Bianca can play a powerful wizard. Her ultimate turns people into bunnies, or we could do Buzz. I guess Buzz works better. She can be like Ash with the big robot. Crush and Gulp can play as tanks. They can be massive, do loads of damage, but are very slow. I could keep going, but I don't want to bore you, so let's move on to the next genre. Keeping with the fighting theme, sadly, Spyro was never added to the PlayStation All-Star Battle Royale, even though his counterparts were all invited except for Crash. They even added Cole from Infamous twice, and Fat Princess, a game I've never even heard of. But let's not get too salty about the lack of Purple Dragon, and let's make a game for our boy. Luckily, Spyro already has a fighting pedigree with his beat-em-up Legend games, and the best moveset out of all those games is the Eternal Knight, on Game Boy. You should go and play it. And if you need to be convinced to play it, I made a video on 20 reasons why you should go and play it. Stealing the moveset and reactive game inputs from the Game Boy game, we already have a base for our fighting game. Now we just need to add the other Spyro characters, and call it
Smash.
If any game developers are watching this is probably your easiest one to make. Since 1998, the gaming world was mostly for men. But since then, we've had an increase in female gamers. And with this increase, game developers decided that they would cater to this market with dating simulators. So, I present you with Dragon Daddy Dating, or Triple D for short. The dragons from the Reignited version have a certain look to them. It's like they were drawn by someone that might have a thing for scalies. And I know there is a market for this, as I've done some research on certain websites that have loads of fan art. Let's talk about the plot. You, a young so-and-so, has just moved from the bustling city to a small, quaint town of Avalar. where you begin your life working in the chillest coffee shop. Yo, there's so many coffee shops in games now. There's a whole like genre of coffee shop gaming. It's weird, but I digress. The coffee shop is the hub of the town where you get to meet all the people of Avalar and all of the daddies who are all strangely single. Romance the dragon who matches your type. Mysterious, sporty, arty,
big,
or the daddy who works with you.
You're making it hard to focus on brewing coffee, when all I want is a taste of you.
I'm not a game maker, but I'm sure this one would be the most popular one. Swiftly moving on. Wait, why are all those daddies single? Professor Spyro and his young apprentice Sparks is on the case. Look around the town for clues that will put an end to this mystery. Or find out the horrible truth that the residents have been hiding for decades. Solve the puzzles to crack the case and potentially save lives of others that have no clue what's going on. Look at that, I just made a universe in my made-up game world. Another genre that is fairly new is Souls-likes, and it's taken the gaming world by storm. Players easily sink hundreds of hours into these games, and that's sometimes just on one boss. So let's create Dragon Souls. Oh, I just did some research, that name has been taken, so, Spyro Souls. First of all, we need a dark and dingy setting. I actually, I know a place. Dawn of the Dragon could be a good base. This game also has mini-boss fights in special areas, which can be actually very hard. Spyro has always had a roll mechanic that can be used for dodging enemy blows. And we even have a shield mechanic that has been used in some games. We can just add that in. Right, let me just speed over some of the other ideas that I wrote down. So, Spyro sports, ice hockey, boxing, skating. I think a skateboarding game would be the best out of these, as I think quite a lot of people spent a lot of time in the skateboarding sections in Spyro 3. As a kid, that's where I was mostly in, and I'm sure you was the same. Spyro Racing, let's give him a kart game. That's been done, okay. Hey, what about Spyro amiibos? Like the Disney figures things. Oh, god damn it! I'd like to say a huge thank you to Bully, who voiced Gavin the Dragon for me, and Tower Riser for helping me do some graphics. If you enjoyed this video, please do subscribe. I put a lot of effort into this video. I drew some of the bits, put my heart and soul, and I'm actually really proud of the voiceover. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.